the Trump machine is geared up to. I think there's a theory out there now that a lot of this, what they're talking about, firing Mueller and all this, is really to set up not just a pessimistic view, or I should say a jaundiced view of any indictments that Mueller brings from now until who knows when, but also to set up some pardons by Trump. And here is Donald Trump Jr. doing what appears to be some type of like TED Talk.
Turning Point U.S.A.
But it's Turning Point U.S.A.
TED Talks for morons.
Right. Yeah. TED Z. And here he is. Well, I mean, you'll listen. Donald Trump is trying to fuel this fire. That why?
Ted Fash.
Imagine what would happen if we roll back the clock to 2008 and a conservative director of the F.B.I. and high up people in the F.B.I. that were leading all these investigations wrote an email.
Pause it for 1 second. Okay, so he's just started his analogy. He's already lying. Yeah. Like the conservative director of the FBI. First of all, there was a conservative director of the FBI in 2008, and there was also a conservative director of the FBI in 2016. James Comey, longtime Republican, but continue.
And high up people in the FBI that were leading all these investigations wrote an email about in an insurance policy, the dossier, in the unlikely event that Barack Obama was elected president. What do you think would happen? Do you think the media would cover that? Yeah. Do you think it would be brushed under the rug like, oh, it's nothing, it doesn't mean anything? There'd be revolution in the streets. So I'm glad that this is coming out now because it is good because real people have to see this. You know, my father talked about a rigged system throughout the campaign and people are, oh, what are you talking about? But it is. And you're seeing it. There is, and there are people at the highest levels of government that don't want to let America be America.
Don't want America to be... Well, first off, it wasn't the director of the FBI. It was somebody who was on an investigation and got thrown off it for expressing such partisan views. But it's not like this... dossier was the basis. They want to make you believe that it was a part of the basis of the FISA. There was investigations on all these people even way prior to this campaign.
I wonder why that is.
Yeah, I wonder why.
I gotta hand it to him. He does have that Ben Shapiro style down of tricking people into thinking that you're smart.
Well, yes, because if you speak...
Tricking dummies.
If you speak without anybody there to question you, it becomes much easier, I think. Can you imagine also if in 2008, Barack Obama, there was a tape of him saying, you just go right up on him and you grab by the pussy?
I've found that if you're involved in state politics, that you can grab them by the genitals and they accept it. They like it.
It's like TED Talks, but their mascot is the raunchy teddy bear from that movie.
Right.
Oh, no, that's insulting to the teddy bear. I moved on her like a bitch. It's like a furniture shop.
But let's not stop there, ladies and gentlemen. It's not just that the liberal head of the FBI was looking for an insurance policy just in case Donald Trump won. No, there's other more nefarious things. Let's go to what show is this? This is
Is this The Five?
No, not The Five.
No, excuse me.
Outnumbered. Let's go to Outnumbered, which is actually probably one of the more responsible shows on that network.
Can we remind, though, of the basic concept of Outnumbered, which is awesome?
Too many women.
That there's 4 regular women, and then one dude comes on. He's
Right.
outnumbered.
Right.
That's
he's outnumbered.
literally the concept.
Right.
That is so awesome.
In other words, like every other show, except for women have the numbers that men do.
So they're outnumbered.
Right. Exactly.
Senate Judiciary Committee Chair Chuck Grassley reportedly says he wants the FBI to replace Andrew McCabe. All right, so we got to get to the bottom of whether Andy was Andrew McCabe. A, B, what else do you want to know?
Well, I think they're going to say...
All right, pause it for a second. Now, this is Kevin Jackson. Who is this guy? What was this? What is his... Do we know? Kevin Jackson? Is that who it is? Yeah. He is, why is he hashtag one lucky guy? Oh, because he's the guy on the Outnumbered show? So they, I mean, I guess it's sort of irrelevant who he is, right? But he's the outnumbered guy. And here he is going, Squeaky.
they're going to say, what was his intent, right? Because that's exactly what former FBI Director Comey said when he was letting Hillary Clinton off the hook. And his intent, regardless of whether it was an assassination attempt or whatever, was definitely something.
Whoa.
Well, no, I'm just saying, we don't know what it was. When you say we've got to make sure that this guy, doesn't get in at all costs, what does that mean? So I'm saying there's a spectrum of what does it mean. But one thing that we know for sure is that he was plotting in an election against a candidate, and there's FBI fingerprints all over this.
All right, because I know how things get clipped on social media, I just want to make sure that we press in on the fact that no one has floated any sort of an idea that.
Oh, it's been floated. When I talk about this, I'm talking about social media stuff and that's out there. I'm not talking about media.
Nothing
sources.
credible.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Okay, so I think the bigger question.
Yeah, no, okay. So, in other words, I'm putting stuff out there that is not credible. But yes, I will admit that. But I am putting it out there. So there could have been an assassination attempt that these FBI guys were plotting. I mean, you see how this metastasizes, right?
Right. I like how he's like, yes, I do know how they're clipped. That's why I'm doing this.
Exactly.
Allow me to reset.
In fact,
stuff's
when we pull
happening.
this, your part of the conversation won't be in it. And it will just be on power line that way.
Like even the black guy says they're trying to kill him.
Kevin Jackson, he's that one lucky guy, hashtag.
Just don't touch the white woman, Jackson, but you're all right.
Hi, folks. Sam Seder here. We still need your help on our Patreon page. YouTube ads have come back, but not nearly as much as we had before. So if you can help us out, any little bit helps. Head over to our Patreon page right at this URL, and you'll help us keep helping you by making videos